Hi, welcome back to the PhotoshopTrainingChannel.com. I'm Jesus Ramirez, and today with me I have my good friend Colin Smith from PhotoshopCAFE. How's it going, Colin? How you doing?
Good to see you, man.
Hey, man.
It's always fun to see you.
It's always fun. We're actually in LA right now. We're at the Vid Summit conference, and as usual, we're talking Photoshop.
Of course, we always talk Photoshop.
Always talking Photoshop. And Colin was telling me about a project that he's working on, and we started talking about masking.
And selections.
So instead of talking about it and discussing what our favorite techniques are, especially things that not a lot of people don't know or don't use, we just decided to make a video on it. So that's what we're going to do today. I think you got, what, 3 things you want to show us?
We're going to do 3 each.
And you want to give them a quick preview of what we're doing?
All right, why don't I just kick off?
Oh, there you go. So we're just going to go right into it. Colin's going to show you one tip. I'm going to show you another. It's going to go back to Colin, and from there, we're going to have to check out the rest at PhotoshopCAFE for the remaining 3 tips, correct? I think that's the plan. I think that's what's going to go.
We're tag teaming, man. That's how it's going to go.
Clearly, we're very prepared. Anyway, so...
well, honestly, this was a last-minute thing,
yes,
let's be honest.
we actually have to be downstairs for something in about an hour, so we're just trying to do this quick. But we're going to go into your screen now, and what's the first thing you're going to show us?
All right, so here's a picture of a cosplayer that I shot when I was at Comic-Con in San Diego. I love to go there. And I like to do, sometimes these kind of things. All right, so in order to get to that, what we need to do is we need to cut out the person. Now, here's the thing. When you cut people out, there's 2 kind of levels of cutout. There's one that's kind of good enough for, sharing on social media.
Yeah.
But then if you're going to go to print, those edges have to be just right. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that you can do is you can clean up the edges, but sometimes you want to just clean up certain parts of the edges differently than others.
Okay.
For example, if I've got a white fringe around here, I want to clean it up.
Yeah.
But I don't want to do it on the hair because that's going to create helmet hair. It's going to flatten out
all over the place.
hairs.
Yeah.
So we want to selectively clean up the edges, and I'm going to show you exactly how I do that.
Can't wait.
So just to save time, I've just made a rough selection here. I'm just going to hit Control or Command, and I'm just going to load this selection right now.
All right, so you already had a selection saved up.
And it's not a perfect selection at all. It was actually just, just use the quick mask and just...
Cool.
So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly cut this out just by using a layer mask. So I'm just going to click on the layer mask.
Voila.
And then what it does is it enables us to go in and clean this up.
Nice.
Now, generally speaking, I'll spend more time and I'll get this perfect. But let's have a look at something. Doesn't even look too bad here. Look at that. It's not bad. But then when we zoom in close, notice this white fringing around that edge. Now that is going to show up in print.
Yeah.
So what we want to do is we want to get rid of that, but we don't want to go in here and mutilate the selection around the hair.
Right.
So this is what I'll do, is I'm going to load this as a selection. The way to do it is to hit the Control or Command key, click once, and then that loads that mask or that area of transparency. So we've got that nicely selected. Now, sometimes you're not sure, okay, what is selected here? Because see how we've got the edge there when I resize it. So here's a way to test. Just grab a brush and then just quickly drag it across and you can see, okay, we can see where the selection is now. Exactly. So we can see that she selected. So what we want to do is just contract this selection.
Yeah.
So the way to do it is to go under Select, and we want to modify the selection. So we go to Select, Modify. So everything here in the menus makes sense. All our selection modification tools are here.
Nice.
So I want to contract this, but I just want to contract it by, I'm going to do 2 pixels.
Okay.
And the reason I'm doing 2 pixels is because it's a high-res image.
Nice.
If this was a low-res image, 2 pixels would be too much, and it would start to take away from the image too much and start to leave, little edges and gaps in there. So because it's high-res, 2 will be great. So I'm going to click OK, and now it's going to contract. In fact, let's zoom in here. I'm just pinch zooming here because I'm using a laptop, and you can see that little edge there?
Yeah.
And what I want to do now is I want to just soften that edge. I'm going to feather it. So I'm going to choose Select, and then under Select, I'm going to modify it again, and this time I'm going to choose Feather, and I'm going to choose 1 pixel.
Nice. So it's a nice little blur.
So it's a nice, it's going to have a nice little blur there. Now, what I want to do is I want to paint that away. So I'm going to choose a layer mask. And the layer mask is selected because it says mask up here.
Also the focus, the white outline is on the thumbnail.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. And I see so many people accidentally do it on the picture, which I've done a million times, probably still will. And so to take away from something, we want to paint with black.
Black.
Now D will reset the foreground background color, and X will set black to the foreground.
Yeah.
And I'll switch them. There's one thing I have left to do, and right now, if I was to cut that away, I'd be cutting away inside our object.
Yeah.
What I need to do is inverse the selection. So we choose Select, Inverse,
Nice.
Command-Shift-I, or
Command-Shift-I.
Control-Shift-I.
For our Windows friends, Control.
Yep.
Control-Shift-I, Command-Shift-I.
Exactly. So we're just going to choose to select Inverse here. And now what we're doing is we've selected the outside. Mm-hmm. So that means just that feathered 1 pixel edge now is selected. So nothing else is selected except for that. And now this enables us to go in here and get rid of it where we want it. So here's the thing though. If I'm about to paint here and I want to paint with 100% opacity with black, and I'm going to turn off the airbrush option, I can paint, but I can't. It's working, but I can't see what's going on. So what I want to do is hide that edge temporarily. So I'm going to hit Control or Command H for hide. And now the selection's still active. It's still live, but it's hidden. So watch on this side here. If I just click and drag down here.
Nice.
See how I can just go down and just clean up that edge. See exactly what's going on. And if
I don't know if that was obvious. He didn't deselect.
No.
The selection's still there. Mm-hmm. But you hid the selection.
Yeah, exactly.
Using
Command or Control H. So if I do that again, Control or Command H, there's the selection. It's still there. It hasn't gone away, but I was hiding it, and that enabled me to see exactly what I was doing while I was working. And then you just go around the edges that you want, get rid of those white fringes, and you
have your beautiful edge. No more fringing. Awesome, man. That's a really, really good tip.
Exactly.
Nice.
So, I think you've got a tip, don't you?
Oh, it's my turn. Yeah, so I have a tip for you guys. You were talking about print jobs and all that sort of stuff. I actually mentioned that on my channel before. So if you follow PTC, you probably have heard me talk about this story. I was once designing brochures for a clothing company, and I needed to composite a person into a car. And that was going to be printed onto like these, I forget what they were, like 5x7 cards or something. And I just didn't notice that my masking wasn't very good. So on my computer screen, it wasn't obvious that my masking wasn't very good. But once the cards were printed, you could see like fragments and elements of the original background on top of the composite because I didn't properly mask my subject. So a trick that I like to use now to avoid embarrassing stories like that, and actually 10,000 postcards got printed with those mistakes. Something crazy. This is over 10 years ago, but the point is that the technique that I use now...
and he's still working it off.
Yeah, I'm still trying to pay them back the money that... No, just kidding. The technique that I like to use now to make sure that my masking is good and it doesn't have any hidden elements that I can't see is... I have this composite here. I've used it for a different tutorial, but it's just headphones on top of that table. And if you just notice, I have a layer mask here that just basically removes the white background from that image. And if I double click on the side of the layer to bring up the layer style window, you'll notice that I could add layer styles, obviously. And one of the layer styles that I'm going to add to this is a stroke layer style. Let me just apply it. There it is. And make sure that outside in position is enabled. And look at that. You can see a bunch of little pixel fragments that were not really that noticeable in the composite, but maybe when I print them out, they're more noticeable. So I just want to make sure that these things that are hidden show up. So with the layer style window, I can now press OK, go into my my brush tool, and make sure that black is my foreground color. In the layer mask, I can now start painting away those stray pixels. Make sure that you don't actually go into the mask like I did there. So I'm gonna undo that and then just continue painting those stray pixels away. When you're done, you can just drag your effects into the trash icon. Obviously, I didn't completely remove all the stray pixels to save some time, but I think that you get the idea. So I hope that helps you guys avoid embarrassing mistakes like the ones I've had.
Well, that's good.
Yeah,
I like that. That's a very cool tip.
Nice.
In fact, I've got a tip. I'm not going to do it now, but I'll do it in a couple of tips.
Cool.
I'll save it for my last tip,
All
where
right.
I'm going to show another way to deal with
Nice.
that very similar situation.
Perfect. I love that because I have a fringing tip that I'm not going to show in my channel, which is where you're watching this video. I'm going to show it in your channel. So if you want to see my tip on fringing, go to his YouTube channel, PhotoshopCAFE. But you have one more for us.
I have another one for you.
Yeah.
And this one is just kind of, it's a preference thing. Because, there's been different extraction tools in Photoshop. You've been using Photoshop, quite a while. And,
Version 7.
And I'm sure a lot of your audience have too.
Let us know in the comments which version you started in. I started in version 7. I don't want to date you, so you don't have to tell me.
Well, actually, I started on the very first version.
Version 1? Wow.
Yeah. So,
Wow. Yeah. No, I started with version 7, which was 2000.
But of course, I was 3 at the time.
Yeah, you were a 3-year-old. Yeah.
So anyway, but there's been different selection tools, and one of the ones that people really loved was Refine Edge.
Yeah.
And then Adobe replaced it with a better tool, Select to Mask.
I like it better. I know a lot of people didn't. I like it better.
Well, here's the thing. Select to Mask, I think, is better for hair and soft edges.
Okay.
But Refine Edge was better for things like skin and harder edges.
Okay.
Like arms and things. Because sometimes in Select to Mask, it gets little bits missing. It's kind of a little fuzzy. So sometimes if one doesn't work, you use the other. So what do? You open up an older version of Photoshop.
Yeah.
Well, I'm actually going to show you how you can get Refine Edge.
Bring it back.
Bring it back in the latest version of Photoshop, which right now is CC 2019.
CC 2019.
So I'll show you guys. This is really quick and easy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a selection, and I'm going to grab the Select tool, and of course we're going to do this 2019 style, which means I just click Select Subject.
Ooh.
And
Machine learning technology. Adobe Sensei.
Sensei
Nice.
sensed that this was a dancer and made the selection. Of course, it always misses little bits like.
Hey man, it gets you 90% of the way there. I love it.
Gets you most of the way there. All right, so instead of choosing Select to Mask, what we're going to do is we're going to bring back Refine Edge. How do we do that? We go Select, and we have to do it from the menu. We can't do it from on there, and we go down to where it says Select to Mask. But before you hit it, hold down the Shift key. And this works on Mac and Windows. Click Select to Mask, and boom, Refine Edge is right back there. And of course, we can do all the things we like to do, like our radius, and grab our little refine brush, go around the edge of the hair, and all the things that we always did before.
And I'm glad you showed this tip, because a lot of people, especially around new releases, I hear a lot of comments online saying, "Oh, Adobe took out blank from Photoshop." I can only think of very few things that Adobe has taken out of Photoshop. Usually they're hidden, kind of like you just showed us there. You can bring it back. There's a tool, there's something you can do to bring back whatever is no longer the default.
Yeah.
So if this is one of those examples where a lot of people thought it was gone, it's not really gone, it's hidden because there's an improved version. In some cases, this might work better, as you were suggesting.
Well, say for example here, see how this leg's all kind of choppy?
Yeah.
And if you use a Select to Mask, it's just going to destroy it.
Okay.
But if I do this in Refine Edge and go down there and release it and give it a second to think.
Right now you're using the Refine Edge tool, if I'm not mistaken.
And then boom, look at that. See how clean that is compared to what you would get on Select to Mask?
Nice.
And then you would just output it to a new layer for layer mask.
Love it.
Click OK, done.
And boom, there it is. New layer with a layer mask. That looks really, really good. So those were 3 tips. You saw Colin's fringing tip to remove the outlines from masking. I'm going to do one of those in his channel coming up. So make sure you go there, PhotoshopCAFE. I showed you guys a tip on how to remove fragments from selections that you might not see, and you just saw how to bring back the Refine Edge tool in Photoshop. So, Colin, anything you want to say to the audience before we get going to your channel?
All right, so you do realize the next tip is yours?
The next tip is mine, but it's on his channel, PhotoshopCAFE.
So thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you over on Photoshop.
And in case you guys are at Vid Summit, come up and say hello. We'll see you at PhotoshopCAFE for the next 3 tips.